Hey y'all, welcome to my channel and welcome back if you're returning. Excuse me. It's Fiery Moon and I'm here to do the general collective weekly reading. It is November 9th as I am recording this. We currently have Sun in Scorpio, Moon in Cancer. Mercury did go, or at least station retrograde today. And I believe this week we will also have Jupiter going retrograde as well. As with every reading, like I always say, just take what resonates and leave the rest. Know that time as well as the energy is fluid, and the energy can be vice versa or interchangeable. I'm starting out with the messages from the mermaids. Just because it felt right with there being so much water energy, as far as, like the transits go. So I was drawn to this deck. And then I'll also be using, excuse me, that 90s tarot. So let's jump right on in and see what messages of guidance, healing, truth, love, wisdom, acceptance, understanding, as well as protection that we need as it pertains to the collective and the energy surrounding this week. Can I get one more, please? All right. So bottom of the deck we have move forward, which to me in this deck is almost like the Chariot energy. I don't know why, like I always feel that energy off of this card. This deck only has two masculine cards, physical masculine mermaids on them, or mermans, excuse me. And this is, one of them. But I get like the Chariot energy off of this. It gives me almost like, and likewise with the Chariot card too, because it's the Chariot, it's the Emperor that rides in the Chariot. I can feel like the masculine energy, but we all know like Cancer energy is water. It's cardinal water, so it's technically, feminine energy. But I do feel like there's an energy of, there could be travel, there could be movement this week. Then up under that, we have the Star, or Hope, which is like the Star card. Then we have Positivity. And we have Free Spirit with the Be Spontaneous as well. It feels like to me whether you're resonating as masculine or feminine energy, it doesn't matter as far as the gender goes. But if you are resonating as a feminine energy, I can feel this almost in like two ways. The first way I'll say that I can feel it is like you may have, like for some of you, you could be embodying this Chariot energy for yourself. And moving towards, just, they're saying, my guides are saying, embracing, this star energy within yourself. But if that's the case, and this is like all your energy as a feminine energy, it's almost like you're being reflective of, almost like, it almost feels like what makes you you. Especially with this hope card, like I feel like, you're, it almost feels like appreciating, embracing this positivity and free spirit energy that you have within yourself, which, is, it's always a good thing. But for others of you, I do feel like some of you could be being admired for these qualities by a masculine energy, who could be, deciding to come forward, um, in this move forward energy. And for some of you, feminine energies, yeah, it almost feels like for some of you, it's almost like you're having, because I can almost feel like you may be having like a realization of, you, like, not that you didn't know who you were, but almost in a very admiring and embracing way about yourself. Like, for example, like today, Sundays are normally like a busy day for me. And today, I was home, I was, doing things around the house, and, I had music on, music playing. And there was a song that came on that I like when I heard it, because, I'm moving about the house, I'm, cleaning, folding clothes, putting stuff away, like doing a whole bunch of stuff, just, moseying, around my home. And a song by Neo came on, and it was called, or it is called, Mirror. And this song, like, I remember this song came out when I was at least like maybe in my mid to late 20s. And when I heard the song, I like, I'm very like expressive naturally. So I was like, oh, I ran in, where I had the music playing, and I turned it up. And like I said, the name of the song was called Mirror. And it was almost like I couldn't help but to just stand in front of the mirror and, sing and dance. And, like, it's almost that same type of energy. Like, I really can't explain it, but to, just look at yourself and admire, and, look at your body, watch how you move. Listen to, yourself sing. Like, that's very like, or at least, like, I can see it as a way, like, it helps you to, love you, like, and to, be comfortable in that, to be comfortable expressing it. um it's really almost like, like, even if you're out and, your song comes on, and how you would run to the dance floor, um and just like not, not care. Some of you, you could be feeling, that same type of energy this week. And like, I've been telling y'all with like these last couple of readings, like, that's all I've been wanting to do. Like, I've been just feeling like I want to dance, I want to move, I want to sing. But it's something that, I'm always doing. But it, I don't know, I guess like the song, and then like standing in front of my actual mirror, like, I couldn't help but, to do it. So I did it. And, like, it was like instantly, like, not, and not to say that I was feeling bad, but it just almost like, uh, like reinvigorated me. I guess is the only way I could say it. And, to keep going, like, gave me a little extra push to, finish the housework and all the other shit that I was doing. But that's, like what I feel like it, but it was just, a random song in the moment. And, I took advantage of it just cause. Um, but it, it helped me to, how can I say this? Like, it helped me to utilize that energy I was already feeling anyway, like to, you know, um, almost, integrate it. Because essentially that's, what you would be doing. So, integration is the process of, you know, putting things together. Like, so yeah, I feel that for some of you, you may be going through that, but like I said, for some of you, there could be, like a masculine energy that, is seeing you like in this energy. Like, I feel like it's very just like, or it could just be your energy that's very, I want to say loud. Um, because my guys are emphasizing like how the bass is in songs. So you know how like you can feel that vibe through your, your body when you got the music up loud, the bass is hitting just right. Like, for some of you that's like almost like what your energy is doing. Um some of you could be trying to contain it, but it's almost like no, I feel not so in a way of like hiding it, but just more so in a way of like you just, loving that about yourself, like enjoying how that feels in your body. Or some of you, you may need to. But let's see what's going on. What's the overall energy for this week? Yes. So we have trust coming out. At the bottom we have the future, which to me is kind of like it's more Aquarian than exclusively the star energy, but the star is Aquarius energy, if that makes sense. Um, yeah, it just feels like, for some of you, feminine energies, you're just sitting in an energy of almost like, I feel like this trust is almost like in faith and, knowing where you're going, being open and almost receptive with the future and waiting. It's almost like for some of you with the future and waiting, like you're not, for some of you, like you're not even, waiting for others, like, or, it's kind of like you're doing your own thing with the support. Like, and that's not to say like some of you can't be waiting or, in an energy of, wanting to align with others, but I almost feel like with the support and letting go, like, yeah, you're not, you're not waiting on, anything or anybody. You're just trusting yourself and, what you, because it almost feels like the vision that you have for yourself for, whatever the future may hold for you. It's like that's where your focus is. Like, you ain't, yeah, like, it's almost like you're not allowing anything or anyone to, you know, be a distraction. And those that are, it's like for some of you, you may be, stepping away from, friends or, yeah, where other people, kind of sort of like in a way would, not do something or not be a certain type of way because of others. I'm like, you're not waiting for any of that. You don't have time for that. Like, is what it makes me want to say. Or even like, anybody, person, place, or, thing, or whoever, whatever. It don't even matter at this point. Can I get another one to go with this trust card for the overall energy? Well, listen. You're trusting like your truth. You're, embracing like almost like your authenticity. I feel like for some of you, like you're just like, like shit is what it is. Like, yeah. And then we have the awareness at the bottom. Yeah, because this is like, the energy of like, just knowing yourself and being comfortable in it. Like, and for some of you, it is like, the integration process, awareness of, it almost makes me feel like, pardon me, y'all. Because it's almost like with the awareness and this deep dive of how like you're aware of, your light and your dark. Especially like with the deep dive, you're, like it's automatically making me feel like Scorpio energy. You're okay with, like those parts of you, like we all have, our dark and our light sides, but it's a choice to choose which one you decide to operate out of. And I hate to even say it like that because when you go through like an integration process, it's like both of the energies working simultaneously together. And I had a conversation today. And although like what I'm about to say came to me after like I hung up the phone, and something that people always say to me is like, they're like, yo, Jazz, you're really mean. And I'm like, no, I'm not mean. I can be mean, but I'm not mean. And, when like, for some reason, that came to me and I was just like, it's not that I'm not mean, but it's not that I am. And I was like, I'm just like, it's when it's called for, it's used. And when it's not, like, it's not. And I had to, like kind of take a pause and take a minute and tell myself, like, like that's how it's supposed to be. Like I have the capacity to be, but I don't operate out of that at all times. And just that little piece of myself, because it's almost like the people that have called me mean are because, I wouldn't let them cross a boundary that I had, or they, I'm not easily persuaded, or wouldn't let them like get their way. So oh yeah, of course, if you're not gonna get your way, the first thing you're gonna do is attack me. But at the end of the day, no, like this is, just a part of who I am. Like I'm not a, like it almost makes me want to say like I'm not a fucking dummy, but like there's a limit, like, and we all have that, whatever that limit may be for us, but we also are entitled to have that because, sometimes people, they don't They just think that, oh, like it's funny, like if you're too nice, people see you naive. But if it's like you're, I don't even know what other word to use, like if you're strict or you just you don't play that shit, then you're mean. Like, no, like it don't work like that. I can be both. And when one is called for, it'll be used, and when the other is called for, it'll be utilized as well. Like, the fuck. So for some of you, you could be, integrating those sides of you, and it's not like either is good or bad. It just, like I feel like keep saying, like, it is what it is, like. And I feel like because you for one, with the trust and the truth, like you trust who you are, but also being in that energy of truth and okay with how you are. It's almost like, how can I say this? Like, it might be triggering to others, but it's almost like in a way where it's making them, look at the side that, maybe they tried to hide, or however, a side of them that, chooses not to express stuff, like, or, be that energy. And honestly, that's not a you problem, but it's almost like it comes from, with this innocence card, it comes from a pure space. So, like, it's like, I want to say, like, it's clean, like, for whatever reason. But I'm gonna get one more, and then we'll jump into the tarot. Can I get one more, please, Spirit? What is bringing this together? Like, because I feel like something is being like brought together, honestly. Can I get another one for what is I almost want to say bridging these two energies. Yeah, and like I said, it's oh man, thank you, Spirit. Because like I said, it's all in the way that you decide to, utilize your energy with decisions. The decisions you make. And trust in the decisions you make. And, almost, how can I say this? And is the word enforcing? Do I want to use that? It's almost like ensuring that whatever decisions you make are true to you as well. So trusting the decisions you make, but also ensuring that it is in alignment with who you are. I love it. Inner knowing. Yeah, because at the end of the day, it all comes from that inner knowing, whether it's the feeling, they're saying the vibe, your intuition, it all plays a part in how you choose to make decisions. And like I said, that trust card is almost like coming through as like just having faith, but also making sure that everything is in alignment. Your faith, who you are, and your intuition when it comes to making decisions. Or even like thinking, for some of you, you could also, like, I still feel that heavy reflective energy, but it's only like, I feel like it's because we're in all of this water energy where you're, when you could even be reflecting on decisions that you've made in the past, and, almost like, yeah, like, you know what, that was right for me. I made the right decision. Or, sometimes, like, maybe, I didn't. But still being honest, like, with yourself about that, if it's, things of the past. what's going on, Spirit? As it pertains to this energy and spread for the collective. Let me get one more. All right. Ooh. Bottom of the deck, we have the Empress. Which I'm not, shocked to see after, describing all of this feminine energy the way that I did. It's almost like, yeah, it's an energy of standing, in who you are, fully, wholly, and embracing that as well. But also, like, owning it, really. Because then up under that, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Then we have the Ten of Wands with the Six of Swords. Yeah. And for some of you, all what this is saying is like, first of all, you being in this Empress energy for you was earned. You put in the time, the energy, the effort, the work. And with the Ten of Wands and the Six of Swords, it almost feels like, it's been a long, hard, slog. You've been through some shit with the Ten of Wands. But being that it's the Ten of Wands, that's the end. That site is done. And now look, with the Six of Swords, you're able to, move forward into Temperance, which is, like I said, that energy of integration. And it is by way of the Eight of Cups. Letting something go. Or, just walking away from, things, people, places, or things that don't serve you. But then we have this, after the Eight of Cups, we have a King of Swords with a Two of Pentacles, and then the Page of Swords, yeah, with the Three of Pentacles. And I was just getting ready to say, like, for some of you, you doing this for yourself. And some of you may have even walked away from a masculine energy who is now like it's almost like an energy of contemplating the decisions that possibly they made in regards to this connection. But also now, like, wanting to, with the Page of Wands and the Three of Pentacles, it's almost like an energy, if this is, this masculine energy here, like, because I can feel like this energy wants to, like, now come forth. They're ready. It almost feels like, and that's what I heard too with that Move Forward card. I don't know if I said it, but I heard I'm ready. Excuse me. I'm ready. With that energy. And it's almost like, yeah, this energy, like, I feel like the energy of like someone like almost withholding So this masculine energy could have withheld. It almost feels like withheld communication, but like almost like in a strategic way, being a King of Swords. And it's almost like now they're contemplating that decision, because it's almost like with this Page of Wands and the Three of Pentacles, it's now like they're almost like either wanting to like send a message to like kind of like, it almost feels like come back into the fold with you, because from the 2 to the 3 is an ace, and it's almost like wanting to like figure out how they can get like again with the Eight of Wands and the Lovers, like get back into like alignment with you. And this doesn't have to be romantic. This King of Swords could be anybody. Hmm. Can I get one for this trust, please, Spirit? We have the High Priestess coming out. Bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Swords. Which with this energy, it almost makes me feel like, especially coming out with the High Priestess, like it almost feels like it doesn't belong here, because a High Priestess, sees. They don't try to, how can I say this? Especially with this Two of Swords, like it's not like there's not a resistance, okay? Because that's what I felt like. Normally, a High Priestess doesn't resist, because as a High Priestess, you move off of your inner knowing. So I'm not surprised to see it. Out here we have the inner knowing out here with trust, truth. But it's like with the Two of Swords here, and especially with like the swords pointing down, like you how can I say this, Spirit? Like, it's like I guess the only way I can say it with this Two of Swords is like, and mixed with the Tower, is like, you don't play Ray Charles like to the bullshit. You don't try to like stop things from happening. You don't try to act like you don't see them. And it's almost like for some of you, you could like really what I see here is like someone that welcomes change, that is okay with change, with the Tower and Death card. um Cause like in another way that I could see it with this Hierophant is almost like, embracing change, almost, it helps to like fortify your intuition. Like it's what keeps you trusting yourself, keeps you trusting your intuition. Like I feel like for some of you, you could even be like not, you could be, blocked off to, people or just outside energies that are not like comfortable with change. But it comes from, just having, a sense of, integrity, more, a moral code for yourself. Can I get another one to go with this trust card, please? Yeah, the Hangman. Yeah, like you're not, like, you don't sit in limbo, is what it makes me want to say. Or when like a new perspective is needed to be had, you take it, you trust it, and you move forward. Bottom of the deck, we have a King of Pentacles, ooh, with a King of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Because I was like getting the energy of this, like, off of this Hangman, like, like and it's basically, thank you, thank you, thank you. What I had said in the beginning, like, where, like, how, you choose to use certain energies, like when they're, necessary. Um, and yeah, like you're not gonna be rash. You're gonna, you make your decisions from a practical point, and you're not gonna act on something that, you know or do something that you don't, that would almost leave you compromised or have you compromise, your values, your integrity, whatever the case, the trust or faith within yourself. Like, no, you know how to, like, take a step back. And in knowing that, and in doing that, you almost like that. It's like almost with the Ten of Pentacles, like, I'm feeling like the world, like, that's how you keep your shit in order, how you keep yourself together. And it's, it's something that is long, it's beneficial for, the long term with the Ten of Pentacles. I don't even feel like these are other, masculine energies. They could be, but what I'm feeling more so strongly is how you choose to utilize the different, facets of masculine energy. Because you're going to be practical. Because, like, masculine energy is the taking action, the doing. So even as a feminine, we have masculine energy as well. So it's almost like, yeah, thank you. You're not gonna make moves unless you're certain, even if that requires you to, like, pull back to, see things from a different perspective. Because it's almost like you don't like, you may be someone who just doesn't, live with regrets. And for some of you, this could even be like, it could be for some of you like another masculine energy who utilizes this energy as like, they could do things very rashly, or from a perspective or out of energy that is with this King of Pentacles, like almost what they, like it's almost giving me like an energy of what they've always done or how they've always done things. Because it could be like, I'm almost getting like the energy of like a pattern, or like a masculine energy that works out of like traditional, familial, because the Ten of Pentacles is could indicate like family legacy. And if this, like I said, if it is another masculine, there could be, especially with this Five of Cups, there could be a lot of, regret, remorse, even on their end, if this is how, like they're seeing you. For almost not like growing and expanding in a way. Like, what do you call it? Like they, like, this is another physical masculine. They didn't trust like what they seen with you, or they didn't trust it. So it's almost like they didn't see the bigger picture, and there could be regret behind that with this Five of Cups. Like they could have just been trying to, like, for some of you, like maintain a status, or uphold some type of tradition, or values that they may have learned from their family. Can I get one for this Truth card? Yeah, they couldn't see it with the Two of Swords. And even if that's you, we had the Magician at the bottom. It's almost like they didn't trust it. Can I get another one? But they see it now. Yeah. Magician back at the bottom, but then we have the Three of Cups. So it's like, yeah, you're not just gonna, like, for you feminines, you're not just gonna align with people and, like I said, almost like play Ray Charles to the bullshit. Like, you're just like, even if it means like you have to like remove yourself from situations, you're okay with that because it's honoring you. for some of you, I am getting like, you, if this is like how you're being seen by, others or another, they didn't believe what you were saying. They didn't believe it. For some of them, they actually thought that you were trying to like manipulate them, or like, in regards to like, for some of them, like some type of group or environment, they didn't trust you. But it's almost like now they're seeing these people, or even if it's just another person, like you could have told them, some truth or a situation, but it's like almost like now they're seeing that this Three of Cups, whatever that energy is, they were the, actually trying to manipulate them. hmm Let me get another one. Can I get another one? But that's only for some of you. Um, can you give me one for this? For Two of Swords and Three of Cups. What is this, Spirit? The Two of Swords and the Three of Cups. Yeah, we have the Queen of Cups coming out. Yeah, it's like they almost had they didn't trust what they were feeling, but you did, and you do, is what it makes me want to say. Can I get another one? It's almost like they didn't want you to, like, it's almost like if this was a group, they wanted to X like a feminine out of like a masculine's reality, or to skewer the way that they looked at this feminine. We have the Tower. Yep. So it's almost like this Tower. First of all, it's almost like this person couldn't recognize, people that, or, a feminine energy, or couldn't just recognize like true feminine energy that, cares. Or they didn't believe that you cared about them, but you like, it's almost like an energy of like, and I strongly advocate, like you don't have to convince somebody to that you care about them. If you have to do that, that's a bit much. So if you don't believe I care, I'm not gonna sit here and fucking make you think, like, do some shit to convince you. Hell no. But with this Tower on this Three of Cups, it almost like whatever this dynamic is, if it's according, or in accordance with, a masculine energy that didn't see you clearly, um, whatever influence with the Tower is being dismantled. And it's almost like, and it's for good. With the Death card here, like the ending is like almost imminent, because they've been like almost exposed. But if this is like all you could have been dealing with, people that constantly could have tried to like try to get you to see yourself as not who you were. But it almost makes me want to say, like, you stood. Look at this. Look at both of their hands in this. In this. Look at that. Pardon the glare, but look, like you stood firm, like cool. Like if you okay, like what's that supposed to do for me? Like, can I get one more to go with this tower? Like it's almost like okay, like I don't like this is almost like kind of childish the way it feels. Like they like if it's like a group energy, it's like it's like mean girl energy almost. Like did you like you can't sit with us? Okay, I don't have to sit with you. Like it was your like I could feel like that would be your take on things. Like okay, cool. Like I'm cool with me, so I don't like I don't really care. But we have the Hermit coming out, yeah. And it's almost like for some of you, in both of in almost in like both instances, if this was a group, that a feminine, I don't even think she was, aware, or she may be now. Um, like someone trying to like cast you out of somewhere or something or some place, like it's almost like with the Tower and the Hermit, like they're having a realization, like, yeah, you should have just minded your business. How about you? Like, it's almost like this Tower is revealing to them, like, they need to, like, worry about themselves. There's some, some healing, some soul searching that needs to be done. And then here we have the Emperor with the King of Cups, where, like, if this is a masculine energy, there's a realization that they need to separate from this group, or this is being revealed to them in a type of in isolation or separation that they've already took from this dynamic. And to honor the masculine water within them with the Emperor and the King of Cups in regards to this Queen of Cups. Huh. Can I get one for the decisions? We have the I don't know her card coming out. Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, this masculine could have acted like, they could have made a decision to, even if they walked away from you, to act like, you were like almost non-existent and they're regretting making that decision. Like, this is corny. Because we have the Five of Pentacles. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, it's a choice that someone, made. And you could have, even as a feminine energy, if this has nothing to do with a masculine, you could have decided, I'm not gonna act like I don't know that side of myself, or act like, I'm not who I am with the I don't know her. You could have, a lot of people make that decision every day to like stuff down who they are for like people pleasing or whatever the case may be. It's not as, that shit is not up for discussion over here. But yeah, it was ultimately like a decision. And I may have said the Eight of Pentacles, but this is the Seven of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. So in between is the Three. Like somebody could have, even said like, if it was a masculine energy, like, oh, yeah, I don't know her. It could have like, like this whoever this is almost like they pulled a Peter. Yeah, Peter denied Jesus 3 times, knowing that was like that was your man's. Like that's crazy. But it's almost like for some of you, you feminists, you decided, you're not gonna abandon yourself. Nah, not for nothing or nobody. Even if people, abandon you, have denied you, you still chose to, stay down with yourself. Can I get another one for this? I don't know her. And decisions, why is this decisions here? Yeah, like I said again, you didn't, with the Eight of Cups, you didn't abandon yourself. And anybody that walked away from you is almost like, with the Eight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles, is like this was an energy that was like, it almost makes me feel like trying to play both sides. In a way, like whoever did this, it's almost like, what's the word I want to use? It's almost giving me like the energy of, like whoever this is, like they can be trusted. Because the Knight of Pentacles is normally like, he's the knight that, is very consistent. He has, like a follow through element um to it. Like this is someone that, is like almost like a planner. Like they see things through. So if this is an energy of someone or even multiple people that could have like denied you, could have walked away from you, it's almost like with the Knight of Pentacles, they in a way like stunted their own growth with this Knight of Pentacles here. It's almost like they like in a way like see, we have the Seven of Swords at the bottom. Yeah, like they it's like they hesitated. That's what it is with this Knight of Pentacles. They hesitated because in moving forward, they would expose themselves with the Seven of Swords and the Ten of Swords. Yeah, it's almost like they hesitated. So it's like you and even if this has nothing to do with like another masculine or other people, you're just you walk like you don't have like you made the decision or you make decisions, like or I'll say like you don't tolerate people that are like almost wishy-washy. Like they know you in private, but in public they don't. They act like they. they don't know you. You don't have time for people that are unsure of themselves, because if someone is unsure of themselves, that definitely means that they're unsure about you. So why would you even invest? Like, it's like you don't even invest in people or situations that where this would even be a factor, because that would kind of like be working against yourself. But like I said, if this is like another person, it's like they hesitated because they knew in moving forward they would show their hand with the Seven of Swords. But in like not moving, it's almost like they thought that maybe they could prevent this, this Ten of Swords. Like, it's almost like with the Ten of Swords, like an energy of being like ousted, or but it's swords, so it's like mental. I don't know, like it's almost giving me like the fear of being seen as a liar, but if you're not moving in your truth, then you are a liar. There's no getting around it. Can I get one more for this, Spirit? We get both of these cards. Like, you know the drill. Yeah, so it's like this, whoever this masculine energy is, like, it's almost like they just decided to assimilate, like, for whatever, I can't tell you the reason why. They decided to just, like, align with, like, because this feels so, like high school, middle school. Like, this shit feels crazy. This is like, well, this is like somebody not liking another person because they don't like that person for really no reason at all. And then it's like, well, because you don't like them, I don't like them either. Like, huh? What? This is crazy. This is crazy. Can I get one more? Give me one for this, you know the drill. Yes. Yep. That's crazy. Judgment coming out. And the Four of Wands. Damn. Well, that, like, it sucks because you let yourself, or whoever this energy is outside of this feminine energy, you let yourself be almost influenced by others against another person who you tried to act like you didn't see, or even for some of them, like, even know. For what though? And now it's almost like with this judgment, and you know the drill, like, yeah, you're like, whoever is in this energy is like almost like, basically you gotta stand on that. But it's almost like they can't, like, with the Four of Pentacles or the Four of Wands and the Eight of Swords. It's like the web that they weave is like it's like gum and hair. Like, there's no way out of it. Especially like knowing that you intentionally did this to another person. Yeah. Hmm. And like for some of you feminines, like I said, you're just, you don't, you made a decision to like move accordingly. You didn't decide to, abandon who you are or what you are or how you move or what you do to, align with people that really wasn't going nowhere to begin with. Like the Knight of Pentacles, he's the slowest moving knight in the deck. And it's almost like yeah, when you recognize it, you call it for what it is, you maintain your integrity, and you stay like almost stay far away from it with the Eight of Swords. Like, it's almost like you remove yourself from these situations, or don't even align. Like it's a no go for you. Can I get one for the High Priestess and this Hangman? Just get one more, and then we'll grab the guidance and advice. Two, man. Yeah. Oh, what they playing? That song by Lauryn Hill. You might win some, but you just lost one. What does she say in that song? Let me see. You might win some, but you really lost one. You might win some. It's so silly. Lauryn Hill. Okay, yes, that's the word. That's what that Eight of Swords is. Because she says, it's funny how money change a situation. Miscommunication leads to complication. My emancipation don't fit your equation. I was on the humble, you on every station. Some want to play young Lauren like she dumb, but remember, not a game new under the sun. Everything you did has already been done. Yeah, like, so they, because like emancipation, people do that, or at least teenagers do that when they want, I guess, freedom from their parents or whatever the case. And being at the fact, like, it's almost like the fact that you were okay, like, not being a part of this whatever the fuck it is, it feels like, just, I don't know, it just feels crazy. You didn't want to be a part of it anyway, like, so it's almost like it's like, who, like, I don't even know. Huh. But yeah, that's the, yeah, because she says, you might win some, but you really lost one. You just lost one. It's so silly. How come? When it's all done, did you really gain from what you done? It's so silly. How come? You just lost one. Like, yeah, this is definitely it. Wow. Oh, hey, like, gotta live with it. Because, that, like I said, the Hierophant, that's, being, like again, it's almost like just having, just standards, like basic, simple standards for yourself and how you decide to hold yourself. And it's almost like, or like, I don't know, maybe someone thought that you didn't have any, or like, I don't know. This shit doesn't make any sense. It's almost like, yeah, like you turned out. Can I get another one, like, to be the opposite of what everybody thought? And it's almost like, or, maybe a certain masculine or, or other energies. But it's almost like that realization is coming through. Yeah, and then we have the Nine of Wands with the Death card again, which is Scorpio. The Hierophant is Taurus. The and the Death card is Scorpio. But yeah, it's almost like, especially with the Nine of Wands, like they did not think that you were like. It's almost like they didn't think that you knew you were who you are. And it's almost like for some, they, with the Death card here, it's causing like almost in a way like an ego death for these people, but also even if so, like even seeing both sides of your, like, of you is almost like how can I say this, like with the Nine of Wands, like they're almost like it's almost giving me like the energy of fear, of like I don't know if they feel that it's like you're gonna retaliate, or like I don't, it feels, this is crazy. Like I can't like they're afraid now. Give me one for this Nine of Wands. Why the Nine of Wands? But it's because you turned, your knowledge into wisdom. You used your experiences with the Nine of Wands, like what you've been through, to, allow it to make you better. And it's almost like some people don't understand that concept. Yeah, see? I can't make this shit up. The Empress, yeah. Like it, and now it's like it's on the surface, like others can see it. Because the Hierophant and the Empress are both Taurus energies. What we have? We have Venus and Scorpio, yeah. And I'm like, why does that Death card keep showing up when all we're talking about is the feminine? And then with the Sun in Scorpio, yes, thank you, Spirit. Because if I didn't look up at these transits, I would have been sitting here like, what the fuck is going on? Like, where is this coming up? Yeah, but with the Sun in Scorpio, it's like there's a spotlight with it, joining Venus. Venus, just moved into Scorpio. But yeah, this is gonna be seen. Is there may even be a conjunction maybe with Venus and Scorpio. Um mm, mm, mm. Then we have the King of Wands, the Fool. Yep. Exactly what I said. The King of Wands, masculine fire energy, the Fool, and the Ace of Swords. So yeah, it's like, yeah, someone let something or someone or a group of people get in their ear. Like I said, for some of you, you could have, even, said something, but it's almost like this person didn't hear you. But like now it's almost like with the Fool and this Ace of Swords here, it's almost like how can I say this? It's almost like realizing like they actually should have not listened to whoever or whatever, and they should have taken action in the direction of truth, clarity, towards something that they didn't have to question. Yeah. And seeing, and like, this is funny because it's almost like if this person would have acted, this whatever was being revealed to them in regards to, like, I feel, look at this, the Magician and the Emperor. It's almost like this person is realizing by allowing themselves to be like almost influenced and not listening to like someone who was, actually genuine, real, who they were, and who, like, they ran the risk of I don't even want to say that. Had they not allowed themselves to be, easily influenced by others or another or whatever the case may be, it could have even just been circumstances that they were in or things that they've been through that, had them like on guard. But like I said, it feels more so to like not listening to what they knew was true and almost for like what they seen, because this person seen it. They may have didn't want to, or they didn't believe it, but they saw it, or they tried to even deny what they were feeling, whatever the case may be. They knew it wasn't right. And it's almost like, had they used their better judgment, they would have, like, almost in a way maintained the power. Like, it almost feels like there's a what do they call it? Like a fall from grace for this masculine energy, because had they just followed through, they would have maintained like this their emperor status. But it's almost like for the reason that they chose otherwise, they gave up their power. Mm, mm, mm. Mm. Because it's almost like with the Ace of Swords and then with the Magician at the bottom, they it's like realizing, damn, I should have cut out that noise, acted on what I knew was true, and I would have, maintained my, this masculine's own power. But it's like hey, people are gonna do what they gonna do. But there's consequences for every, choice and decision that we make. And another one, please, because where's, Mars? Mars is in Sag. With Mercury as well. So we have the Dive Deep coming out. And then look, the other masculine card, Gentleness. Yeah. Oh, I wanted to get another one here for this Tower. What's the Tower, Spirit? What's the Tower? Queen of Pentacles with the Moon. Yeah, this is almost like an energy, like with the, it could be a Queen of Pentacles that was, like what I'm hearing is like the ringleader. Um, mm, mm, mm. Give me one more. Whoever it is, this masculine needs to separate themselves from them. And we have the Six of Wands. Yeah. Yeah, this was somebody who was just, this Queen of Pentacles was someone who was just like, it almost feels like looking for a come up. With the Six of Wands and the Sun, heavy ego, like wanting somebody that was like wanting to be seen or seen as more prominent than they are or were, is what it feels like. Let me get one more. And then we have the Six and the Seven of Wands. Yeah, you see it now. Because they're playing Kanye West, All Falls Down. From the 6 to the 7, you're like, yeah, it's almost like there's a fall from grace happening for a masculine, and whoever, or even if it's not just one person, this Queen of Pentacles could just represent the energy, the feminine earth energy of, the people that they were aligning themselves with. People that do things for attention or want attention, but ultimately, like, aren't able to, like, with the Seven of Wands, like, maintain some shit. Like, they can look the part, but when it comes down to truly needing, yeah, we got the Five of Pentacles. When it comes down to, like, really, like, the proof being in the pudding, it's not there. And it's almost like I feel the energy like they dragged this masculine down with them. I don't know. We're gonna clear the space of this energy because that's crazy. I don't know who this is for, but that's crazy. So we have deep dive. And it says, dive deeply into your current situation to help reveal any hidden factors at play. Relax to feel comfortable and acclimate to this new environment. Mermaids are very much at home in the watery world of emotions. The environment is fluid, just like our emotions, always flowing and forever changing. As you dive into the depths of yourself, experience the magic and wonder of your beautiful inner world. Embrace this magical and vast aspect of yourself and know that you're timeless and limitless in the depths of your being. The journey within can go as deep as you wish and can be a powerfully transformational experience. You may like to explore the sacred practice of shamanism, which involves diving deep into our shadow side so we can become healed on deeper levels. Diving deep can reveal many inner mysteries. Learn to observe them with a clear perspective and try to do this without attachment to anything that's discovered. Allow revelations to happen naturally. One way to do this is to watch any inner discoveries as if you're watching a TV screen, but without any emotional attachments to what you're viewing. Another meaning of this card is that you or someone else could be staying on the surface of a situation when it would be preferable to dive deep and explore the deeper meaning of what's really going on. It can take courage to do this, as we often fear the unknown, but usually the discovery isn't as bad as we think, and often it can bring joy and freedom, sometimes from years of avoidance. This card's meaning could also be literal. it could be telling you it's time to go for a swim and or learn to dive. Yeah, and that's this energy over here. Like this masculine is ready to like honor their truth and take a leap of faith towards, whatever is true for them. Can I get one for deep dive, please? Yep. And of course we would have the moon coming out, right? Yeah. So it's deep dive. We have the moon and death at the bottom. So that's, Cancer energy, Scorpio energy. Yeah. It's time for this person to look at, almost in a way like what caused them to not trust themselves, not show up as, who they are, what they are. Like, can I get one more, please? Yeah, what causes them to be like indecisive for some, or even with the Two of Pentacles, like, how can I say, like, it's really an energy of juggling, of being unsure. What causes them to be unsure so that they can move past it. With the Six of Swords. This is different, y'all. But anyway, that is the weekly reading. I don't even know what to say. Like, this is different. But like I always say, I thank you all for tuning in with me. Hope it resonated for some of you. And if not, it just wasn't your story, and that's fine. I hope everyone enjoys their week. And I will see y'all all on the next one. All right? Later.